We're welcoming back NCAA basketball analyst Joe Gavazzi. Joe, is an interesting game here. He's looking at Creighton versus Nebraska. Joe, Nebraska's getting 5 points. You believe that those points are going to be the difference, or is it maybe going to be an outright win? I'm anxious to hear your breakdown. I've followed Creighton pretty consistently through the last few years, so if you will, break it down for us. And again, thanks for being with us.
Basic concept in all of handicapping is look for the better team getting points. And that's exactly what we have here tonight with Nebraska. Now, formerly the Queft Center was a noble home for the Creighton Blue Jays as they soared to a better than 85% win rate in recent years. But since the start of last season, well, just 12-9 straight up there. Creighton's story is well known to all. 3 years ago, led by his son Doug, the Creighton Blue Jays, in a great senior class, soared to national notoriety. They won more than 25 games 3 consecutive seasons the last 3 years that the younger McDermott was on the court. Since that time, though, they have crashed, winning just 14 points last year and with just one returning starter, ticketed for the Big East basement. McDermott has tried to turn it around with a group of transfers who launch a bunch of threes, and when they're fighting the outman teams on the schedule, that works pretty well at over 90 points a game. Stepping up in class, however, not so well. Look at the straight-up loss to Loyola Chicago and Arizona State in their last 2 games, in which they were held to well under 70 points. Now they must face a Nebraska team who is on the rise under fourth-year head coach Miles. This is a Nebraska team that is certainly a far more chemistry-rich team than when Pettaway was hogging the ball last year and making it tough for Shield and others to get their points. Shield back for his senior year and having an outstanding stat-stuffing type of year. And a nice transfer from Kansas, White, is also lighting it up for 15 points. More to the point, this is a team performing in Miles' image. Defense, rebounding, taking care of the basketball. It's what Miles preaches. It's what this team does best. It's what they will do in avenging a 10-point home loss to Creighton last year for the outright victory tonight against the Blue Jays.
All right, Joe, well, this is an interesting breakdown. You really feel strongly about Nebraska, and I can't really argue the fact that Nebraska's a great defensive team, and the up-tempo pace that Creighton is showing, averaging 85 points a game, will that be enough? Can Nebraska slow that down? The one factor you put in there that I have to take a look at is there is only one returning starter from Creighton, and they do live on the perimeter. So this ought to be interesting. Viewers, jump on board with Joe tonight. Nebraska getting 5 points against Creighton, and this ought to be a very interesting ball game. Joe, happy holidays to you and your family. Thanks for being with us, and we look forward to having you back again with us real soon.